Yes, as I walk through the uncanny valley of death, you shall fear no evil, for I am that evil.
Hi, welcome to episode 0 of Uncanny Valley. We're talking about The Predator today. Charlie, what are your thoughts on The Predator? Shane Black's The Predator.
Before we begin, I would just like to say it's currently 3:42 a.m. I'm a litre of energy drink down, so I'm half asleep, half hyper, and half really need to shit myself. The, the vibes are ready for 2018's The Predator,
You're not
co-produced
wrong.
by Disney Plus. And I mean, it was you that decided on this shit show of a movie because you yourself, in fact, are a predator. Is that correct?
That's not, I don't abide by that.
No,
We
no,
can't publish that.
I've heard different.
It's a rough one. It's worse than I remembered it being when I saw it in theaters. Nothing really happens. Kind of
It is
just,
much worse than I remember when it first came out. And to be fair, starting a horror podcast, we've decided to not pick a horror movie, but an action sci-fi. Which, you know, we're off to we're running with the races at the beginning. Running with, is that a phrase? If I fucked this, I fucked this immediately, haven't I?
we're off to the races. We're hitting the ground running. We
We'll
are,
cut this. We'll cut this. It never happened.
we'll cut it. We'll cut it. We're gathering moss on a rolling stone. Yeah, it's not the best choice. I even have a couple notes about how they could have made it more of a horror movie, and they just made every possible choice to not have it be scary or tense, basically.
Yeah, opening notes. We start with a Guardians of the Galaxy space chase scene, which I mean, when you're creating a horror movie, of course that's your immediate go-to. We think giant spaceships floating through the sky through portals with laser beams. Horror staple.
That's my first note, is The Thing and The Predator, or The Thing and Predator, the original Predator, both start with sort of a shot of a spaceship coming towards Earth, and then no hint of alien for a bit. And it says a lot that this movie starts inside the spaceship, showing you everything it possibly can.
Does it start off inside the spaceship?
I think it does. It starts off in media res, the Predator's crashing into the Earth. I think that Predator was supposed to be more of a main character fake out in whatever the plot was originally.
Okay, I've seen the beginning of this movie 3 times in the last week, and I was sure the initial scene was Peter Quill's ship from Guardians of the Galaxy 2 getting chased by a mini Star Destroyer through a space vagina portal, and they had a shootout.
Yeah. Oh, no, that is effectively what happens. Yeah. It's the Predator and his little spaceship running around.
Because I don't think we see the inside of the ship until later on, because I'm sure I've got notes on that.
We do. We see him running around, very quick, shaky, like J.J. Abrams shots of sparks flying and the Predator running back and forth. Not a lot of
It's like some spoof comedy. Whoa!
That's the problem. It kind of is, yeah.
Got his
I think
Han
it was
Solo
supposed
like
to
outfit on.
on his roller skates. I think it
The
was supposed to
spaceship's
humanize him.
tilting in 45-degree angles. He's going, whoa, tilting back, whoa.
Very Star Trek, yeah.
He accidentally presses the engine off button. You see him make a little face. Like, the funny thing, they immediately contrast this with the next scene of a man lying in a bush talking. It's a hard cut from MCU nonsense to like this almost like early 2000s military movie where we've got the main character Quinn, because obviously main character, we'll say his name some point in this movie, you would think, and he's apparently in Mexico dealing with a hostage situation. Which when did the Mexican cartel take hostages for money?
It's really grim that this is where we're starting the movie. That we're starting it with a military sniper team about to execute people.
And it's like, but why are we setting it in Mexico? Because none of the rest of the movie has anything to do with Mexico, and it just causes problems later on in the narrative where we're like, we need to go to where the start of the movie was, and they get there in like 15 minutes.
It causes so many problems with, I'm jumping forward a little bit here, but when he's being interrogated, they talk about him having been stateside for a while. There's just so many little holes with the plot moving from Mexico to the United States and him having to mail things to himself. None of it really makes sense.
Jumping forward even further than this, just hitting on things. At one point, we're in what seems to be a Nebraskan farm, and they're like, we have to go to the initial scene of the movie, hop in a helicopter, and they seemingly get there in about 45 minutes. Like, what? did anyone, when writing this script, like, surely this is a first draft that we just kind of ran with? Because
It
I
feels
see,
like
actually know where a professional writer will have these two locations as, like I said, like Southern American style, and then seemingly, unless we're not in Mexico at the beginning, is it just the Mexican cartel or somewhere in South America?
no, because he goes. Well, let's move through that scene first, because the Predator crashes into
Yeah, he's
this
lining up
whole
his shot
operation.
for this hostage situation, because the smartest thing to do in a hostage situation is shoot one of the the criminals directly in the face mid.
It's
Yeah,
so funny that this guy takes this opportunity right before he's maybe killed by an alien spaceship to just execute this guy that he has been commanded to execute.
it's like he's supposed to be a professional, and his professional tactic is in the middle of an altercation just to blow someone's brains out.
Yeah, just take the opportunity for no reason.
Well, after he shot him, he looks up at the sky. He sees this fuck off huge alien spaceship launching directly towards him. And again, professional military. This man's served across seas. He looks at it and just kind of goes, "Oh," and eats that
Yeah,
shit straight to the face.
he just kind of bounces down the hill, and it doesn't even really hit near him that much.
We'll let dead air here because I need to I need to fix my back. Hold on. I still feel like we've been recording far too long for being like 2 minutes into this movie.
Very true.
Very, very.
I
And like,
feel
I
like
don't. For some reason, I can't find ways to try and connect a scene to another scene.
you had a good segue at the beginning, going from the spaceship to the jungle. Yeah, it's tough. The segues we're gonna get stuff like that. We're just gonna have to learn how to do a little bit before we get good at it.
I feel it come naturally when I'm not lying in a cupboard hoping that the actual recording software is working.
Yeah, both of us are stretching it a little bit tonight. You more than me,
I'm
for sure.
trying. I'm trying.
I think
Okay.
once we hit the second act of the movie, it'll go really fast.
Yeah.
There's a lot of onboarding and then just kind of nothing.
Hold it. Whoa! I'm getting that feedback again. We okay? I think we're okay. Yeah, we seem to be fine. Okay, so we're leaving a little dead air before we get back into it. We've got a
Yeah,
good space to cut.
let's mark. I guess mark. There you go. And then after me saying all of this is when I'll cut back in. So the spaceship lands, hits somebody. That's not true. Hold on. We're gonna rewind. The alien spaceship crash lands. We're introduced to the Predator cloaked killing people. Then Boyd Holbrook gets this gauntlet and decides it doesn't even seem like a weapon. It just seems like a little tiny piece of a suit of armor that has fallen off, and he decides to put it on his arm.
I think we'll pause because I think the arm comes first, does it not? Okay, right, so we'll hold for a sec. Okay,
Yeah.
so the spaceship lands, and immediately after jumping out of the way, Kenna sees this giant hole in the side of this clearly alien spaceship. Like, there's no way this is. I suppose he's in Mexico, so maybe he assumes it's Area 51. But like, instantly, if you see a spaceship launching out of the sky, your immediate thought's alien. So of course, what the main character does is he goes over to a hole in the side of the spaceship, finds the first object with a hole in it, and shoves his arm through it.
Yeah.
Which, like, people rag on fucking Prometheus for the stupid shit that people do, or even the first Alien when they come in contact with like alien technology. Not Quinn McKenna. No. The first thing he does is immediately places everything he can onto his body.
Crazy that he didn't get some sort of alien infection.
And as this is happening, we see a Mexican cartel member get immediately lynched in a tree behind him. Which, when did Predator have time to do this? Like, he just crashed. There's a single hole in this spaceship. There was no way he got out without McKenna seeing him. Or maybe they just kind of brushed each other on the way past, and he just assumed, fuck it, I'm shell-shocked.
It doesn't even really make sense why the Predator is killing people, does it? Because he's supposedly trying to bring information to humans, and probably not any humans specifically.
Yeah, because that's the main plot point in this, is small Predator there's two predators in this. There's a predator and the predator is what I assume the title is going for.
Right.
And Small Predator's supposed to be a good guy, but he slaughters everybody he comes across.
Why?
Like,
Yeah.
he's never once in any like it would work as a twist if he only attacked in self-defense, but he actively goes out his way to hurt people.
Yeah, the only horror elements they try to put in the movie are from that predator specifically.
So McKenna sees the lynching going on and something moving in the trees. So what he instantly does, again, professional soldier, he just starts lighting shit up. And obviously that doesn't go very well for him.
I feel like that could be a reference to the first movie. That is a very notable scene where they just all unload everything into the trees.
I mean, in Vietnam, a lot of those people were just kind of slapped with guns and told, go shoot at the trees. This man's in New Mexico. Like, he's undercover. There's no reason anyone would be in the trees.
No, not at all. And he knows that there's hypothetically civilians around, even if there's an alien.
And just by pure luck, because in this movie we set the precedent that Predator doesn't actually use his technology, it just works for him. Like, there's no active participation in any of the shit he uses, it just works. Because as he's fighting this invisible tree creature, a buzzsaw launches out of the gauntlet that this man has decided out of the blue just to put on his arm in the middle of this situation, and it rips through the Predator, bisecting the body in the tree behind him. Which, may I say, this is the best scene in the movie by far. The setup is
totally
stupid,
agree.
but having the Predator lie down in his invisibility cloak and get revealed from the blood pouring out of a bisected corpse is one of the coolest shots in any Predator movie. It sets expectations for this to be shit but fun, and then it collapses. This is the best scene in the movie, and we're 5 minutes in.
It's such a good moment, and I also wrote that would be an amazing escalation of the stakes if there is a predator in the first 5 minutes. That predator dies. You know, a whole threat for one movie is now just the starting act of your movie. And then, you know, you don't have the blade anymore. Hypothetically, you don't have access to the tools as much. You have to learn how to use them to take out more predators coming for you. I was excited for the idea of that. Then the predator, I kind of don't like that he gets up and keeps coming. I feel like it would have been a good subversion to kill him right away and then have that set the table for more stakes.
Well, no, to be fair, he's taken out with that one shot. He doesn't get back up. So it's clearly like a visceral shot that Predator took to his side. Which,
is it a different predator?
No. There's two Predators in this movie.
Oh, okay, but that's the one that gets his spine ripped out later on.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Which might add this one effect, we get practical effects and it looks really fucking nice. And you may think, well, at least then the effects will be good for the rest of the movie. Nope, CGI for the rest of the entire film.
I feel like most of this movie is reshoots or just cobbled together. I don't really get a sense of any like true movie in the base of this thing. It all feels ancillary.
It's less of a movie, it's more scenes getting put just kind of hobbled together. Because a lot of it, even the time doesn't make sense. Like, we go into the next scene where this Predator's been knocked unconscious, so McKenna gets out of here, and it immediately cuts to him. Like, the first scene starts in New Mexico, but we're clearly in, like, some rainforest. It's now middle of the day. We're talking, like, 10 a.m., and he's in some bar in the middle of the desert, and we've added the classic Mexico piss filter over the shot. So the shots don't feel connected at all.
Yeah, it's not cohesive. And that's why I guess he must be in Mexico, because he does go to that bar and then have to mail things across the border. But that just raises more problems, like you mentioned. It doesn't really create anything narratively.
Okay, fuck, my brain shut the bed door. Hold on. This is going to be a nightmare to edit. I hope this is probably going to be like a full day of us editing.
Yeah, it's fine. We'll figure it out. I think that's also probably the editing gets easier the more natural we get with it, right?
I mean, at some point, even our mistakes, we're just going to fuck it, we'll keep them in.
True.
I feel like we need to see how least shit this can be before we try and like up it.
Very true. And yeah, we don't want to edit like everything, all the personality out, and just have it be us saying things. No one's going to listen to that.
Right, so we're in this New Mexico bar, and he goes up to this random man. This man, you will never see him again throughout the entire movie. And he hands a salvaged Predator mask and the gauntlet on the table to him, and the guy he looks at him confused. Like, this man's clearly never met McKenna before in his life. And McKenna says to him, see this weapon that just shot a saw blade out in this alien mask? I need you to send it to my autistic 8-year-old child. And quite rightly, he goes, who the fuck are you? Fuck off. So for some reason, McKenna pulls out this ball that he retrieved from the Predator gauntlet that turns him invisible, goes invisible for 3 seconds, and then goes, what do you think of that then, cunt?
So
He's like,
crazy
yeah, sure.
that works.
He's like, yeah, sure, fair fucks. I'll
How
send
does
it.
that work?
Like, it's
You would get beaten
it's
to a
just-
pulp and someone would take that off of you.
It's like, is it even an intimidation tactic to be like, I can go invisible? Like, okay, he didn't care before when you handed him, which looks like an alien head.
He didn't
This
make
man
it
clearly doesn't give a
intimidating.
shit.
He just turned invisible and tapped him on the shoulder and went, I'm over here, actually.
Which, like, from his perspective, even if he did that, you would have seen him go invisible and walk behind you.
Yeah.
They show many times in this movie the invisibility is more like a ghillie suit. Like, you can't see the person, it kind of curves vision around them. But if you're looking directly at them, you would know something's there.
Some sort of perception filter.
Yeah, it's like, I think, wasn't Google trying to do a thing for a bit where they were making suits that, like, it kind of bends the light around them so it looks invisible, but it was kind of wobbly.
Yeah, or like trying to produce suits with tiny screens on them that would display the background on them. I remember they put that in the G.I. Joe movie, at least. I don't know if that was a real thing.
See, that's how I always thought invisibility would work, but for some reason, everyone's so focused on the light bending. I don't know, maybe it's easier. But fuck it.
I think
What's
it's
the
more
next scene of this
practical.
movie? Because the next scene isn't connected in any way, shape, or form either.
Is the next scene when his son is being bullied, or did that happen already? I feel like that happens maybe right after the Predator spaceship is crashing, between that and the forest.
Hold on. This is when my nine pages of notes come. Oh yeah, okay. The next scene is the school scene where we get introduced to.
Oh, before the school.
Rory?
Sorry, I need to interrupt you just to say Sterling K. Brown shows up before the school scene.
Oh, and he's aggressively chewing mints.
I love Sterling K. Brown. He is funny in a moment or two in this movie. He makes some shit work, but he's bad in this, mostly.
He's bad. His character is bad. And our
His
introduction
character
to
is
him
so bad.
is aggressively chewing mints. Like, he comes out of a helicopter and looks at the alien crash site, pops a mint, and very angrily chews it at someone. And then you see it, like, it pans down to his hand. You see the shot of mints up close. He pops another one, and you get like a close up of his face going, just hopping down this mint. Is that supposed to say something about his character?
He
I
has
don't
this
know.
horrible character trait where he makes a bad joke and then he does a Pauly Shore laugh, like, ha! It's bad. It's really bad.
Brother, if I knew who Pauly Shore was, I'm sure I would agree with you.
Yeah, we'll loop back around to that at some point, I'm sure.
Because I'm on culture. I assume this is an American comedian.
Yeah, we got a lot of time to get back around to Pauly Shore and Biodome and everything.
Is Pauly Shore a prolific actor when it comes to the
No,
horror
he was
sphere?
in some '90s comedies with Brendan Fraser.
Oh no, see, that's someone I know.
Yeah, exactly.
The understated goat.
Yeah, hell yeah. So, but now we're at the school.
At the school, and we're introduced to our main character's son, Rory McKenna. Again, his name, you'd think they'd say it in the movie. Nah, buddy.
They just say McKenna once.
He's just the other McKenna.
That's so
I
funny.
suppose. And it's like, okay, this kid, it's questionable. He's a child, so you can't blame him. But he's supposed to be acting autistic, which is, I mean, that's impossible to do as an adult without being offensive. As a kid, even worse. But I've got some fun trivia for you. This is
boy.
not the first time this child has acted as a disabled child. This child has made a monopoly out of disabled child acting because he was also in a movie called Wonder, where
Right,
he
with
has a
Owen
facial
Wilson.
disfigurement. Yeah. Why is this kid's shtick? I play disabled kids, but I'm not disabled.
You'd like Doctor Sleep because you get to see this kid get brutally eviscerated. Spoiler alert for a movie
Is he
that's
disabled in Doctor Sleep?
10 years old. No, he's just a little baseball kid, but
It's
maybe you'll like to see him
like,
get his
don't worry, he's disabled in this other movie, and you get to see him fucked up.
Yeah, exactly.
And like this is the only scene where he'll even attempt to act autistic. Like the whole narrative leans on this kid being autistic. This is the only
There's-
scene where he shows any autistic traits, and the rest
There's
of it.
one more
he's
scene I
fine.
need to bring up later. That
And the way they try to portray him as being autistic is he fidgets and is good at chess.
Yeah, let's
Which is like,
mention the way
yeah,
that they try to establish he's very smart as well is that he gets not bullied. The bullies just leave him alone somehow, and then they knock all the chess pieces onto the floor as if they know that's going to bother him, and then he just remembers where all the chess pieces were on the boards.
which at
You
that
know,
point, that's not intelligence, that's just photographic memory.
yeah,
They've
yeah,
Sheldon Coopered him. That's
yeah.
what we did. He's Sheldon Cooper autism. We try and set up that young Sheldon Cooper here is like severely autistic, and they do it on the way home as well by having him react badly to a vicious dog barking at him, which I feel like is a very normal reaction to be hesitant. It looks like an American bulldog lashing at him through the fence.
This scene felt almost, it's hard to say because it's obviously it didn't feel cohesive really with much else, but it felt the closest to a scene that was trying to me because this dog becomes relevant later when we visit the school later on. So effectively, this scene is trying to establish something about this character and something about the geography of the world that we'll have to know later. It's one of the few scenes that feels like a scene from a movie, from a script, even if it's bad, you know?
No, I would disagree because the scene we're getting to later, in my opinion, you may as well have not had this scene because there's no relevance whatsoever. The kid, in fact, does the opposite of what you would think from this scene, and it's like it pisses me off because it's the one connecting tissue from the beginning of the movie towards the end, and they fuck it.
They do. Don't deny that.
Okay, so young Sheldon Cooper here, he finally gets home, and his mum's left him a note on the table threatening to cut him if he makes the house dirty.
I
Which
forgot
is just,
that.
it's a wild thing for a mother to leave her, would you say 8, 9 year old child? He's definitely on the
He's
younger side. Young enough that a parent
maybe
threatened to cut
13.
him. He's not a teenager. Come on.
I don't know kids, man. I'd give him 8 to 15,
8
somewhere in
to
there.
15. I think regardless of age, you don't threaten to cut your child. Like
No.
that's unless there's some weird family dynamic going on that we're just unaware about.
I mean, definitely. Let's see, I have two notes for where we're at home now. The first one is the government guy comes by, or the mail guy comes by. He says, this P.O. box has not been paid for. Here's all the shit that was sent to this P.O. box. Here's all the alien garbage. Which, I guess we'll get to that in the next scene, the interrogation scene. But then the mom asks her son, well, what do you want to be for Halloween? Would you want to be Dracula, or like a vampire, or Frankenstein? And her son doesn't know
Oh
who
yeah, the shit
Frankenstein is.
Halloween masks.
But then,
But she, yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
her son doesn't know who Frankenstein is, and she starts going, Frankenstein threw a girl in a river? Like, you
Yeah, I
fucking
have the
idiot.
exact same note where she's like, mother doesn't understand that her child doesn't know Universal horror movie Boris Karloff's Frankenstein from
It's
like
so rude.
1940s.
Yeah.
So why would any, like, even if he was like in his 20s, there's a chance he might not know Boris Karloff's Frankenstein. It's pretty fucking old.
Yeah, he's not one of Mary Shelley's pen pals.
And it's like, these people live in a nice house. These are the shittiest Halloween masks. You would think she doesn't love her child.
They're really bad. You're so right. He deserves a full body costume that at least has those little rubber band fake shoes on it.
And we wonder why he's getting bullied. His mum sending him with £1 Halloween masks.
He's
It's like it's the season of the witch masks, but
It
made
is,
of paper
yeah.
mache.
He's not even getting bullied that much. Like
He
they
gets
make
called
fun of him.
Asperger, which
Yeah, and then
is
they
the
get bored.
they come in and they go, "Hey Asperger, yo Asperger." And he doesn't respond, and they're like, "Okay Asperger," and that's the extent of his bullying.
It's so stupid.
And it's a shit bully. See, if you try to bully someone just by saying Asperger a lot, you would get bullied.
Yeah, completely. It's written like those kids wrote it.
Is wrote like it. I don't even think did Shane Black write this, or did someone else write this for him?
That's an amazing question because it doesn't make sense that Shane Black wrote this.
It does feel very out of touch, and
There's
also this
two
movie's got a
scenes where it
very
feels like Shane Black wrote it to me, and I'll try to remember what they are.
because like
I'll
a lot
cut
of this
myself
movie
typing.
feels very guns, weapons, fuck yeah. Which, considering this follows up from Iron Man 3, which is very weapons are bad as its focal point, we don't feel connected. It doesn't feel like the same person made both these movies.
True. Yeah. There's 3 writers credited on it.
Okay, or any of them of note.
Wait. Jim Thomas might just be credited because he helped write. Who the fuck is Fred Decker? Yeah, Jim Thomas just has grandfather credits on it. The other guy wrote The Monster Squad, wrote RoboCop 3, Night of the Creeps. I like. Weird.
I've got to say that's not a very stunning filmography.
Oh no,
As
it's
when you
really
go,
bad. Night of the Creeps is like fun, but not great. Monster Squad is his only other big one. RoboCop 3 is bad. He wrote for Star Trek Enterprise the show, which was bad.
is that the like American Dad one, or is that the what
Yes.
one was Enterprise? Oh, okay.
No, it's the prequel where everyone's afraid of teleporters.
Gotta be. I have no idea what that is. I've never heard of this show before in my life. You
It's
could be
the
making it up. I wouldn't know.
chronologically like when the Enterprise is put into commission, there's this first crew, and it's so early in Starfleet history that teleporters have just been invented, and the captain and everyone else on the ship, I'm pretty sure, refuses to use teleporters because it dematerializes you and rematerializes you, so it kind of kills you. I think it's very funny that everyone's afraid of teleporters. He wrote
And what?
Ricochet.
What are these movies? I don't. Do these movies exist? Is these just like these letterbox listings of random shit?
Hardly. Yeah, I mean, Ricochet is a Denzel Washington movie from the 90s.
Oh, so it's probably half decent then.
It's pretty fun.
So okay, cutting from this scene, we go back to Dad McKenna, whoever the fuck his name is. He's getting interrogated by possibly the worst interrogator known to man, because he's just kind of sitting there letting him yap away, and it gets to a point where he's just like, "You guys just want me to say there's aliens here, yeah?" It basically just goes, "Uh huh." He's like, "Yeah, I saw aliens." They're like, "Okay, you're getting chucked in the loony bin then." He's like, "Yeah, sure." There's no purpose in this scene. We could have just cut to him being sectioned,
I
and
don't
it would
get,
have made sense.
yeah, what
It's like,
his
what's he
goal
going to
is.
say? They know that he saw the alien. If he says, "Oh no, I didn't see an alien," they're just going to let him go.
But he seems to give the impression that he knows he should not let on that he saw an alien. But then he just hints that he saw an alien, but he hints at it. He doesn't say it. I guess, he's not putting it on the record, but it's dumb because then the people behind the glass are going, yeah, he saw an alien. I think the only reason
But
that
they
scene.
knew he saw an alien.
Yeah,
Like, there's
I
no way
know.
he got almost destroyed by the alien spaceship. It landed on top of him. Even if he didn't see an alien, he still saw an alien spaceship.
The only reason that scene is there is to explain why the things got shipped. No, because that happened. Why is that scene in there? Because they say that he's been in America for some time. They say you've been spending your time just doing nothing, or just like going about and traveling, something like that. Which means he's been in the country but hasn't been paying for the PO box. Didn't go to pick his stuff up. It doesn't
Well, if
make
he's
any
laying
sense.
low, he wouldn't pay for it. But what wouldn't make sense is just kicking about near your house when you know the military are looking for you.
Is he near his house?
It has to be near his house because they drive to it
So he
later
gets
on
there
in the
by a
movie.
bus. Yeah, that's crazy.
Okay,
That's
speaking of the bus, they chuck him in what they call, was it the loony bus? Was that what they refer to it as? Which
excuse me,
some of
yawning.
these
I think
people
so.
are criminals. Like some of them admit to, yeah, we've killed people in our squadron, and they just drive them about in a bus. Like they're not arrested, they're not put to any mental health institute. They're just in a bus because they imply they've been in this bus for a long time, and that people just kind of come and go sometimes.
I don't understand because they say they are group 2, like group therapy room 2, but the way he's put in the bus makes it seem like it's not the same group of people that's going to the same place. And they're all going to be lobotomized. So what group therapy? They've
And
just
it's
been
like,
waiting to lobotomize them until they have this last guy.
and why would you even lobotomize them? Because we've got the crew, which is someone with Tourette's, strange person to lobotomize, concerned he would have probably had it before he joined the military. We've got a guy who apparently shot his CEO in the head, but I mean he's not like there's no clear indication of any mental health issues. And then you've got someone with PTSD, you've got a demolitions expert, and a Christian. What do these people have in common? Half of these people don't have mental health issues. They're just people.
They're like not mentally well, I guess, because the guy who shot his CO, they reveal later, he tried to kill himself. He didn't shoot anybody else. It was just him.
Yeah, but that's like that would just be depression. That's suicidal idea. Why would you lobotomize? What benefit would you get from that? Just let him go.
Yeah, no, I agree. I don't really know why they're lobotomizing everybody, or if they're just lobotomizing the one guy. Why is he in this bus?
No, why is he in this bus? Why is the guy with Tourette's on the bus? What did
Great
he do?
question.
He just has Tourette's.
Why is he still with the guy who killed all of his squad mates?
I mean, they seem to be buddies. I think we kind of imply that they were like, no, because it was an accident, wasn't it? The guy with PTSD is revealed later it was friendly fire, and he mowed down. He said he got turned around and shot at his squad.
That's a lie.
Which, yeah, but these, like, this is told to him in confidence, so you would assume it to be the truth. How do you get turned around and mow down your entire squadron by accident?
He wanted to. I watched the beginning of this a couple times. There are a couple moments of, oh, this could have been interesting. When Keegan-Michael Key is introduced and they say he killed his whole squad or whatever, he has the most evil-looking grin on his face before he turns away from the camera.
Yeah, but he has an evil grin on his face for the entire movie. There is not one scene where he does not look incredibly pleased with himself. I think you're maybe thinking too much into the Predator here.
Maybe, yeah.
Okay, well, whilst these people are on this job, we cut to Olivia Munn's character, who, again, we never get the name of. At one point, she claims she gets called Sunshine a lot. Never happens in the movie, barring the one scene that she mentions it. But she's apparently the government's on-call, I suppose, biologist when it comes to alien research, even though it's been implied that the government know of every single Predator attack that's happened in all the previous movies, and she has no idea of anything. So she's why is this girl getting phoned up?
She's
They
not
say
on
later on.
call. I have a note about this. She read a letter to NASA when she was a child about space animals, I think. And now she's a biologist. And she has a line at some point about, about she's there because a computer cross-referenced a paper she wrote with a letter she wrote. I guess she wrote a letter to NASA more recently. But she doesn't work for them. She just sort of got brought in. I don't even know how she knows that that's how they found her. It's a little weird.
No, the reason she knows why it is, because, okay, they abduct her in a park and kidnap her dog for seemingly no reason, because this woman has not agreed that she's coming with them. We're just like, by the way, we're taking your fucking dog, get in this car. And they're like, have you heard of aliens? And she's like, yeah. And they're like, here, look at this photo. And it's the photo's indecipherable. It's 4 grey pixels. And they're like, that's a Predator, by the way. And she's like, yeah, sure, I suppose so. Like, it looks worse than the shitty, like, fake Bigfoot videos. It is genuinely just 4 grey squares that they show her and go, that's an alien, by the way. What do you think of that one?
I don't know what their goal is. What are they getting from her? I don't know. This is where I start getting confused by the movie, and it's hard to.
Well, they make a note of the reason she's there is they bring her to her facility and she sees a stick on the wall and she's like, bet you that's alien. Can I see it? There's no reason to assume that that's alien tech. It's just a stick. And they're like, Conan O'Brien, as a scientist, comes out, played by Jake Busey, of all people. And he's like, nah, you want to see the main attraction? And they take her in this weird stretchy lift to, it looks like an autopsy room.
Oh boy, we need to pause for a second. Unless you have a big point to make, but I would like to hit the pause button in a second.
Well, what are we pausing for? What's the stop here?
One of 2 very Shane Black feeling moments to me. There's one moment in this movie that I laugh every time I've seen this movie. She gets escorted into a room with a guy and a desk in it by an agent, and then the room starts going down like an elevator, and then the guy at the desk goes, is this haunted room really stretching, or is it just your imagination? And then the agent goes, you're gonna do this every fucking time? I think that's very Shane Black. That feels like Shane Black dialogue.
We got a single good joke in this hour and 45-minute long movie.
Oh, it's not worth it. Yeah, I just wanted to call it out. I like that joke a lot.
Well, at the bottom of the stretchy lift is this. It looks like an autopsy room, but seemingly the Predator's still alive, and we're doing all these sorts of like strange, it's like blood tests on him, and they bring her over and they look at a sheet and they're like, this alien has human DNA in it. And she's like, so the reason you brought me here is, and he's like, yeah, we want to know if a human's fucked an alien. And they seem very ecstatic about the idea of this. Like, I don't know what's going on in this facility, because they've stripped Predator down, but they've kept his little silver speedos on. And he's not strapped down or anything, they're all just kind of like poking at him and debating if a human has ever fucked an alien. Which, following the plot of the movie, this Predator shouldn't have human DNA in him. It's the other Predator that's getting upgraded through this sort of gene splicing, it seems, that the Predator race have got going on. This is just a guy. So all I can take from it is at some point a human definitely did fuck a Predator, and this is just some weird human Predator, and maybe that's why he likes the human race. Maybe that's why he's helping them.
It doesn't. I really think there's a cut, not a cut of the movie, they didn't film anything, but maybe a draft of the script where this Predator is the main character for sort of the first act and then gets killed by the Predator a little more unexpectedly, and that sort of leaves you not sure what's going on. Because they must have explained more of what's going on with this guy in a different draft of the script. Because
So you're suggesting there's a script out there of like a Predator human romance movie?
not that would be great. The Shape of Predator, I would love that. But no, there's the script originally was going to wind up in Area 51, and the main characters would meet two predators in Area 51 that are like the wards of the information, I guess, and they would tell them about the war that the predators are having with each other.
But I don't think they're having a war with each other.
No,
I don't think that's the first. I think it's just this single predator. But for
that's
some
the
reason,
thing.
which makes me think he's definitely like a human has fucked predator. Because there's no reason why this single predator cares so much about the human race and no one else in his entire species wants to help. It's only him. It's because later on, the predator chasing him down, he's on like a Zoom call with other predators, and he's like, "Yeah, I got him." So it seems he was sent here to get this one guy. So he's by himself.
It doesn't even seem like he's been sent. It feels like he's running and just happens to fall into Earth, almost.
And like the entire time they're in this room, they're having this whole discussion about how a predator name doesn't actually work for a predator because predators hunt out of necessity. And it feels weird because it's just, they're using this entire scene just to go, isn't predator such a shit name? And like, no, it's not. Like, maybe if this movie was good, you can poke fun at the original movie. But this movie's fucking dog shit. And there's a scene dedicated to going, isn't the original Predator fucking stupid for having this name?
I can't even tell the tone of it because it's either that or it's a really tone deaf. Isn't this such a fucking cool name? Because that's literally what Sterling K. Brown says. He says, "We took a vote. Predator's cooler, right?" And then makes everyone agree with him in the room.
And like, these people are supposed to be like, you're supposed to view them as dumbasses, which they definitely are, because in this scene the Predator wakes up and they just go, "Oh shit, try and hold him down." This guy's like,
trying to hold him down. What are you doing?
so he was just asleep. He was just an EP boy this entire time. We didn't sedate him. We
There's no
didn't chain him down.
restraints. You're all just in this room, but you have the wherewithal to know the second he starts waking up that you need to hold him down. Like 5 people start jumping on him like he's a linebacker.
And okay, he wakes up. This is the Predator that's supposed to be helping humanity. The guy holding him down, he immediately turns and gnaws off part of his arm muscle. Which is it? You're the Predator fan here. I've seen the Predator movies, but I don't watch. Is this the first time we see a Predator actually bite someone using his mandibles? Because it shocked me when I saw it. I was like, oh shit, he can actually use those.
Maybe. I'm trying to think. I'm definitely not the biggest Predator fan, I'll say, I haven't read any comics, so I'm sure there's people who are more up on that than me. But I think so, because it would just be Predator, Predator 2, Predators, Alien versus Predator. All of those have a very costumey Predator. I don't think they would have really gone into... For what it's worth, there's a couple of action shots I like of the Predator in this, but it's not worth anything.
Oh yeah, no, the scene is kind of sick. Regardless of how stupid the setup is, him like waking up and just eviscerating this entire room full of people is pretty gnarly. And we get our female main character, and she runs out the room. But to get out, she needs to get into this sanitation pod. But for some reason, you have to be completely naked to get into, and it cuts off just below the chest, which it feels more like a Joss Whedon movie than a Shane Black movie at this point. And she strips down to try and get out of this room, and the Predator comes over after probably killing about 20 people, sees her bent over naked, and just goes, "Nice," and walks away.
A bunch of unarmed people just trying to hold him down, really. A lot of those scientists were not trying to murder him.
But does that... Okay, so if say my theory's correct, and he's the result of predator-human hybrid. Is he like simping for her? Is she like she's a baddie? Is that why he doesn't kill her? Is
No,
he just a
it's
simp?
just that she's unarmed because it's just a weird movie thing.
But no
'cause
one else in the room's armed.
I know, but that's what they're doing there is that she had nothing. Later in the movie, she says I was naked and unarmed, and that's why he didn't kill me. And naked feels superfluous in that. I don't know. I guess the idea is every single doctor in that room picked up a scalpel and tried to stab him.
No, well, the government guy was he goes by the name of Traeger, which is terrible. He was in the room. How the fuck did he get out? Because we don't see him again until later on in the movie, and there's only one way out of that room. If anyone was going to be armed, it would be him.
This is Jake Busey you're talking about?
No, 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 no. Aggressive mint man.
Oh, yeah, it's a good question. How did he
Because
get
we
out
see
of there?
Jake Busey later on, we get the scene with a predator storming out of the building, and he picks up an M16 and just starts spraying cunts down the hallway.
Very
Which
funny.
very funny, very fun. If it was in a better movie, it would probably be like a peak predator moment. It's like he doesn't even like. This man knows technology. Like clearly, this is a very advanced alien race, and he knows what this gun does because he picks it up, and he just kind of sprays half a clip and then throws it, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm done with this."
Because he doesn't need it. It's kind of honestly, I have a note here that maybe I'm just writing a better movie, man. But I thought that him picking up the assault rifle was maybe in the script originally to show that predators could use human weapons that would lead to predators using tanks or something, human vehicles later on in the movie.
Yeah, but he doesn't.
No, he doesn't. But the original third act of this movie was going to be humans and predators fighting together against predator dogs or whatever.
Okay, well, we need to speed this up somehow because we're taking so long
No.
for just
Yeah.
basic ass details here. So he storms out of the building. He's going after the kid because McKenna here decided to send all the predator gear off to his
No, I do have to
primary
stop
school
you though.
reunion.
I'm sorry, you passed over literally the one other joke in this movie that I like, which is he kills all the people in this truck, and then the guy in the front of the truck goes, "Everything okay back
No,
there?"
no, 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 no. You're jumping ahead.
Oh, I'm
You're
jumping
jumping
ahead.
ahead.
Oh, okay.
You're jumping far ahead.
Way ahead. Where are we at?
Bro must have fell asleep on his notes because right now.
That's my note right after the predator has a gun.
No, because
That's
immediately
my
following, we get him. He runs out the building with Olivia Munn's character chasing him with a tranquilizer dart, and she says,
Oh, you're right.
Not my space alien." She assumes
Yeah.
she single-handedly is going to stop this predator. He gets on the roof somehow. We don't explain that. He's just on the roof, and he's launching his way across the building at like 40 miles an hour.
She
And
says
Olivia
not my
Munn's
space animal too, which is weird.
she's chasing him. And she's shot like fucking Captain America. She's
Yeah.
launching off the side of buildings to this predator that's hauling ass. And McKenna sees it out the window and he's like, "I told you, motherfuckers, I'm not crazy. Look, there's the alien." And he's about a mile away, so it's just a human silhouette. And he's like, "Yeah, that's my alien, by the way."
I like the idea that it doesn't take them that long to just see an alien and believe him, because a lot of alien movies have that belief thing. So the idea, the way it's scripted sucks, but the idea that they just see the alien and go, "Oh shit, okay," is pretty alright.
So McKenna sees him having this Captain America Winter Soldier chase off, and it gets the loony bin guys to agree, we need to go stop this somehow. So for some reason, this bus full of trained soldiers is only being guarded by two people, and we have this kind of fake ruse where one of them jokes about someone's mum getting fucked and it causes a fight. So the two guards come in to stop the altercation, and they just jump him, and no one fires any rounds. It's seemingly no one's handcuffed aside from McKenna, because they all just start throwing hands.
I don't know what's going on with this bus. Yeah, why they can move freely. They should be shackled. Their ankles should be shackled to their wrists to the floor, the whole thing.
And we take control of this bus, and they're like, "Okay, we're gonna go get your alien," because for some reason Macho Man's here have decided, "Yeah, I'm gonna risk getting in even more trouble by hijacking this bus to fight this random alien I found." And they go after him, and the Predator wants fucking nothing. He's just hauling ass. He's out of there. And Olivia Moon jumps about 20 foot from the edge of the roof onto the bus that they've hijacked, trying to snipe the Predator with, it looks like a potato gun. Like, you're not getting any range out of this tranquilizer gun that she has.
It's definitely an air-based gun. There's no maybe a spring mechanism, I don't know, but it's not gas propellant at all, for sure.
And then for all her super soldier nonsense, she just shoots herself in the foot. How
That's
do you shoot your...
exactly...
Like, she's aiming it forward. How did she manage to hit herself in the foot?
It's just unnecessary, and then it just transitions the scene uselessly into another place that we don't need to be, that we're never going to be again.
No. Oh, but see, now, you're jumping ahead.
I am. I'm realizing that I'm jumping ahead of it, but it also is... I'm trying to think of any reason for that tranquilizer gun, and the only thing I can think of is that it sort of stalls the action into that hotel room scene, which we will talk about after something else.
No, because you don't need anything to stall the action. Because the characters just do it themselves. We just stop the bus. The bus still works fine. We just stop, get out, and then go get to the choppers. Because for some reason, this military base has about 6 Harleys parked in front with their keys still in the engine.
Horrible
and then they use the motorcycles to drive away, even though they just decided they were going to fight the alien. And it didn't even seem like they wanted to escape, but they do with this woman that's just jumped on their bus.
Everything just sort of lazily slides from one decision to the next.
It's just the characters just do shit in this movie, and nothing has any reasoning. So, because we immediately cut to them in a hotel room. The loony bin crew.
Oh, before you get there though, the Predator has to escape as well from this whole situation. So the Predator jumps into a truck, kills a bunch of people. The guy driving the truck, incognito, he asks, "What's up? Everyone good?" And the Predator just takes a disembodied arm and gives a little thumbs up so that the driver will keep going and get them out of the... I don't know why the Predator needs a human beard to get through the roadblock. He can't just go invisible.
Yeah, the Predator that was just hauling ass and outran a bus immediately jumps into the back of a truck to escape this building that he's already seemingly on the outside of, because the bus that the loony bin guys were on were outside of the building. So he didn't even need to really get through a fence. He just wanted to catch a ride. And it's just so they can put this stupid fucking thumbs up joke.
I liked it.
There's how...
I still like it.
I would like it if it was, I don't know, like one of the shitty Friday the 13th movies. But this is Predator. Predator doesn't understand humour.
No, he doesn't understand colloquialisms either.
Why would he know what a thumbs up is?
I don't know.
He has webbed fingers.
He does.
He doesn't. I don't think he has a thumb.
That's so funny. I like it though. It's a good image. It doesn't belong in this movie, but it's a funny image.
So we seemingly ride these Harleys to a motel room where unconscious moon and the loony bin are hanging out just so we can get about 5 minutes of like almost implied sexual assault humour.
My first note here is not funny.
No, and like I feel like Nettles, like throughout the movie, he keeps trying to make passes to her character. I feel like he's genuinely the nicest one out of all of them, because throughout the scene, he just seems like he doesn't want to make her uncomfortable, and he makes her a little unicorn out of cling film. It's really cute.
Sweet.
He's trying to fix like her flowers and that. She's waking up and you're like, can you fucking leave her alone?
He's
being
like,
oh, sorry.
As sweet as you can be while still waiting in a room with a sleeping woman who doesn't expect to wake up in a room with you. The whole thing is sus. They should have left her alone, but you know.
Keep in mind, this is a man that is going to be lobotomized for being a Christian.
Yeah, it's true.
I need to follow this. What the fuck goes on in this movie?
I think we launch right into some horrible Tourette's jokes. And we're going to bounce right out of this thing real quick, because it is just a bunch of bad, offensive jokes.
The jokes are offensive, and him portraying a Tourette's character in that way is also offensive.
It says, eat your pussy, and it's not funny. It's not interesting. It's not clever. It just does. And then nobody says he has Tourette's. The whole thing is just horrible to watch.
But we do cut to a cool scene at least of the big Predator coming to Earth, and he's got his little doggies with him. And this is the one thing I love the Predator doggies. I love that they're just like the mutant hounds from Fallout, but with a Predator face and dreadlocks.
They're fun. I like the Predator.
They're really sick. Their CGI's terrible, but their design's really fun.
I couldn't figure out if they would be Predator dogs.
I think Predadogs works.
I like that.
And this is okay. So he's tracked the little Predator to this very specific part of America, but he has to use these Predator dogs to like sniff him down like police dogs. Wait, is he the Predator police?
It's a search It's a search warrant thing. He can just signal the dog so he can search anyone's.
But no, because later on when he's talking to the other predators, he seems to be like very professional about it, and he talks very formally. I don't know
He's
if he's supposed
weirdly
to be.
formal.
Is he the predator police?
Maybe. Yeah, I could see that. That's dumb. Fuck that guy.
We've got a predator ACAB movie. It's kind of fun.
So I think after the hotel scene, they kind of just immediately start going back home, right? Back to the main home.
Yeah, he decides he's going to go home to pick up the dangerous bladed weapons that he's given his child. But
Oh, yeah,
his child,
we didn't establish that this kid. I guess I mentioned that the male guy came by, but we didn't mention that the kid gets the alien stuff and immediately like starts punching it and just doing weird stuff with it.
yeah, because he seemingly knows how it works. Because
Yeah, at this point we
autism lets
run
you do
into
that.
him. He has a holographic display up on it.
He's just pressing shit, and he's like, his mum looks at him and she's like, "What are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm playing video games." But it's
Crazy.
established later she bought him video games, so she knows what they look like.
One of them should be smart enough to know that this is not right.
Anyway, because his mum was bullying him for not knowing Boris Karloff and bought him shitty paper mache masks, he decides he's taking the alien tech out trick or treating because his entire thing is he wants to hide his face so the bullies can't see him. Even though we cut to him walking down the street with this huge fucking predator mask on, and immediately just hear, "Hey, Asperger."
Yeah, didn't help. I'm sorry, kid.
His response is just, "Yeah, leave me alone, would you?" And again, they're not even bullied. They just walk behind him going, "Hey, Asper." It's the only thing these kids say.
The fact that this kid causes the death of somebody is pretty funny, I will say.
So he rings the guy's doorbell and he says to trick or treat. Why is this guy such an asshole? Rather than just telling him to go away, he chucks a crushed beer can at this kid's soul, and the predator mask just launches a cannon right through his stomach and
he yeets a plasma ball.
It is like, it's even if he hit a gas main, this explosion is like ludicrous.
Oh yeah, he sees it from very far away, and he goes, "That must be my son."
Yeah, because that's how he tracks down his son. He's outside and he's like, "I can see this explosion from 3 miles away. Let's go get him."
Yeah, not even concerned, really.
Oh, we're coming up. We're coming up to the scene that you said you like, and I disagree entirely. Because after committing manslaughter, he runs to this baseball field, and the dog shows back up from earlier, the one that he was terrified of. And he just comes over and he starts giving it a pat. And he's just vibing with it, which is why it annoys me so much. Because you set up this child is terrified, like this autistic child has a shutdown when he sees this dog, and it comes up growling to him in the middle of the night, and he's just like, "Yeah, right," and gives it a pat. I would not give it a pat.
No, it's not correct behavior, frankly.
But maybe he's in shock. Maybe he's just like, "Hey, doggy."
Maybe, or maybe it's just the mannerisms are what he's responding to more than the size or the color of the creature. I don't know. It's
not really the size of the color, but he turns around and the predator dog is there, and he immediately reacts to that, and that's fucking big and that's green, so he definitely reacts to size and color.
Oh yeah, I don't know what I'm saying. I thought you were talking about the predator dog first.
No, it's the fence dog.
The regular dog is reacting totally differently too. Yeah, weird. I don't know. I didn't clock that. I'll be honest.
Was this not the scene you said you liked, and you don't even remember it?
It's not that no, it wasn't even this scene, and it's not that I liked that scene at the start. It's just that it's one of few scenes that feel structurally like they belong in a movie. That first scene was trying to establish something about his character and how timid he is. Also establishing that he is forced to be independent. He has to walk to and from school. And then it's also establishing physically that this baseball field and where this dog is going to be is close to the school and close to his home. And that all of those things will hypothetically link up at some point. The way in, say, a movie might happen, that's well written.
So you don't particularly like the scene. You like that it sets up a geographical location for the movie.
Yeah, and it's not even that I like that. It's just that no scenes in this movie have tethers. They all feel disconnected and weird, and that scene also feels kind of disconnected, but at least it feels like it's set up and it's ancillary or sort of running parallel to other scenes in the movie. Whereas most of it just feels very staccato, scene end, and
Well,
then
the
the
one
movie.
thing I am thankful for this scene for is we finally, all our plot threads actually come together. Because we've got the kid in the baseball field. The dad finds his kid due to the explosion, and him and all the soldiers pull up, and Big Predator Dog finally finds the kid. So we've stopped jumping all about the place. We've got to focus. The movie can actually go from here.
Finally. It's
And,
like the fucking Avengers. They're trying to make everyone link up slowly.
and speaking of Avengers, we get another MCU action scene with the soldiers fighting the Predator Dogs. Which, to be honest, I enjoyed the scene up until McKenna. Yeah, if it's wrong, fuck it. Because underneath the bleachers, and the Predator Dog's attacking him, and he has this grenade launcher. But he's pulled out his arse. He just happens to have one, and he shoots a grenade into its mouth. And as he's doing like a superhero slide out of the bleachers, the dog jumps for him and explodes in midair. And it's Shark Boy and Lava Girl CGI, man.
That's funny.
It doesn't even look like it's in the scene. It looks like they've somehow put the special effect on top of the scene.
Oh,
I
the
don't even know
water.
how they managed it.
That
And,
whole
like
scene feels like where someone needs to die. Because my problem with the stakes of this movie, more than the tone or the way the scenes are structured, is just that the places that people die are very specific. It feels like people only die in specific scenes or rooms in the movie, and then it's all good for a while.
It's funny, it never occurred to me that like no one dies in this movie, like at all, unless
They-
it's the very beginning or the end.
Yeah, exactly. There's like very selective spaces where people will die, but they have a lot of plot armor in the movie, which is weird because they do all die eventually. So I wish they had been killing people off a little bit here and there. I do feel like a lot of it's reshoots. I think all of the deaths are reshoots.
Actually, hold on. Now that you say that, I'm thinking about some of the end scenes. Yeah, none of that was in the original script.
No, it's all super weird.
We'll get to that when we get to that. So
Yeah.
that's a whole lot of fucking nonsense. Okay, so
I
like,
must have been on your wavelength with this big predator. I don't know what this is about specifically, but I just wrote cop shit. So,
you just wrote cop shit.
yeah, I don't know what that's in reference to.
Well, I mean, we're not done with this scene, so unless the Predator Dogs are pulling some cop shit. Because out of the two Predator Dogs, we get the one that gets blown up, and then the other one, holy shit! What? I just did a Drake, I made a full connection. One of the soldiers goes up and shoots the other Predator Dog in the ear and lobotomizes it and makes it friendly. And it is, and all 3 times I've seen that scene, it has never clicked to me that they're supposed to be getting lobotomized, and he lobotomizes one of the Predators.
I never thought about that either, I'll be honest. I don't think it's as smart as it's trying to be.
Did someone actually write this? Was there talent behind this?
It's so weird, too, that he just lobotomizes this dog. And then it turns into a joke more than anything.
Yeah, but it's kind of cute.
It is, I like it. I kind of like that it's around.
Yeah, we get like, and he's not even important to the plot. It's just a little predator doggy. It follows him about.
Yeah, there's a whole scene on the farm later where it is like around but doesn't affect anything, and then it's gone.
I think maybe he scares someone at some point.
Yeah.
I think he eats a grenade at one point, even though the other one ate a grenade and blew up.
No, I think a guy dies by grenade. We'll get to that though.
We're jumping all over the place. Okay, my next note just Freddy appears to Aura Farm, which I have no idea what that means.
Fucking hell. Is that
it's 5 a.m.
It's 5 a.m. Good God. Predator appears to Aura Farm. Must be
No,
when he's
I remember that he lobotomizes the dog and they go to leave, and then small predator hops on top of their van that appeared, because they all appeared here in cars. He flies out from middle of nowhere and just he has no purpose of being there really, but he just stands there and has a look at them and then threatens to shoot the child, which
he picks up nettles.
I cannot stress this enough. He is supposed to be helping these people.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense.
So they all haul ass.
They say he wants the gauntlet and stuff, but he just, if that's true and he was threatening the kid, he would just rip the kid apart and take it. I don't know. Why does he want it if he brought it to people? What's he doing? What is he doing?
His entire goal is to give people this gauntlet. So he spends the entire movie trying to kill people that have this gauntlet. Does he have a connection on Earth? Is it his
in the third act that was
mum
cut
that fucked the
out,
predator?
That's the thing is, hypothetically, the way it was written, he does. He has contacts in Area 51, I think. There's not a lot of information about it. But the way the script exists now, no, he doesn't. He's just doing it.
So they immediately haul ass from the Predator. And like you said, with the baseball scene, it actually lines up. The school is pretty close to the baseball field because they haul ass into the school, which is open for some reason. They just managed to bust through into it. It's like 11 p.m, but for some reason the school's not locked. And the Predator is chasing him down and grabs McKenna. And McKenna just goes, "Oh, here's your gauntlet." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, chill."
I think
But
someone
then,
picks the lock and then someone else says, "You gotta teach me that sometime." I don't remember who, though. Doesn't matter, really.
I don't think this movie matters really.
No,
Why is
it
this the
doesn't.
movie you chose? There's no energy in this. It's so bad.
This scene
It's
should
like,
be a horror scene. This high school scene should be scary.
but it's not. It feels like fucking monsters versus aliens. It feels like it's designed for like early teenagers.
Alien vs. Predator Requiem feels creepier than this movie.
Yeah, but that's because that's a horror movie.
No, it is. Yeah, you're not wrong, but it's also like so underexposed. You can't see shit. It doesn't look like anything, and it still succeeds more than this.
But at least with the predator dogs coming, it means big predators right behind it. So we get the fight that the movie has been teasing for about 2 minutes of its about hour runtime so far. And
It's crazy that we're an hour into this movie right now. It should be 30 minutes or 40.
And the big scene that the trailers promised, and was a big selling point of the movie, Predator versus Predator. Small Predator gets punched and dies. That's just the
Yeah.
end of it. He takes one blow to the face. That's it.
You can see why I think it was supposed to be more of a twist that he dies there, right? Like that maybe they were supposed to build him up like he was going to be a main character. Because it doesn't make sense that he dies so quickly like that otherwise.
Oh, I've also put here, Big Predator's also just in Speedos. I don't know why it's a recurring theme in this movie, but the Predator's just not wearing clothes. I don't know if maybe in the original script there was supposed to be like you said, like a Shape of Water, like kind of sexual element to it. Was Predator supposed to be sexy?
Honestly, I don't think so, but also I feel like the scene where Olivia Munn is naked was supposed to be more than it is because it doesn't make sense, really, right? I don't like even really thinking about it too much because I don't care. But
Oh wait, do you think maybe in the original version during the autopsy scene, because they took off the Predator's armor but not his jock strap, maybe he was also supposed to be naked, and maybe he's like, "Oh, you're like me, we're both exposed," and that's why he doesn't attack her.
maybe there's so many little pieces of this movie that are missing. Honestly, this movie drives me nuts more than The Snowman does. Just in how
Don't talk to me about fucking the snowman. We'll let that movie die. That never happened.
I saw that in theaters also.
I saw that in theaters also. We don't need to relive that.
I won't bring it up. But just similar vibes in this movie of like, where the fuck did the movie go? I'm watching all these scenes, and I know I'm not seeing 99% of the movie that was being made, which is so weird.
Well, we cut from they escape while Big Predator's fighting Little Predator because for some reason the Big Predator now doesn't want to fight them. He just kind of lets them go away.
He passed everybody to rip the window open and get the regular Predator out.
Which out of both of them, he's the one that's supposed to be hunting the people.
Right.
Because we get away, and in the next scene, Olivia Munn's character, she just knows why the predators are there. She just came to an epiphany, and she's like, "Wait, the predator wants to be autistic," and they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" Like,
Right.
they take spines so they can upgrade themselves, and autism is rumored to be the next step in the evolutionary chain. The predator's desperate to be autistic, and we all just kind of go, "Yeah, sure, that makes sense."
It's also so funny that she's saying this considering a line she has in the next scene that I'll reference. There's a line she also has about the big predator where they're watching him after he kills the predator and they're driving off, and she says, "Holy shit, did you see that? He grew an exoskeleton under his skin." Girl, that's what a skeleton is.
And also, did he? Could you even see that?
What does that mean? How did you see that happening? I think he glows. I think she sees him glowing.
I think she just has a thing for predators because she was weirdly like touchy with the earlier unconscious predator. I don't know. There's something off with her character. I don't like it. She's got a weird fascination with the predator.
Do you think part of the twist of that predator dying was they did a fake out setup for a romance between her and the predator?
She gives it a cute nickname. Calls it her space alien.
Space animal, I think.
Oh, space animal.
I've
only watched the movie 3 times. Don't put it on me.
There's a note I have, just the last note before we switch to the RV and the farm, but the predator dying isn't used for horror. They, like you said, they just drive off. The scene changes. It doesn't ratchet up the tension that a predator has been murdered by something. That
No,
this
because
thing that
like you
was
see, they
such a
show it from
threat.
the van window. The big predator just looks at them. They just
Yeah,
drive off, and he's just like he has no motivation to chase him.
it's
It's almost as if he's supposed to be the one helping him.
there's no stakes, and it's like really bad edging. I don't know how to describe it. They just keep trying to get you somewhere and then like lazily stopping. And like, oh, we'll start again in a second. We'll figure this out in a second. It's like hearing someone start to play a really good melody and then fumble it and then just stop and then start again and then fumble it and then just stop for a minute. There's
Right, see,
no
before we get
yeah.
to the next scene in the farm, what is there to even talk about in the farm? They just kind of stand around and talk about nothing
Nothing.
for like
Oh, you go ahead. Yeah.
it's like just 10 minutes of them going, do you know this character has a backstory? And it's
You know what?
like, I don't give a shit. I don't remember his fucking name.
The farm
Who are
is
these people?
it's the final Avengers sequence. It's the rest of the characters coming together finally. There's a little bit of action, but it's really just the military guys meeting up with the government guys.
The government guys who just find him because they find him. They just show up and they're like, we found you. And they take him for interrogation, but they don't interrogate him. They just go, yeah, we're going to kill you now. And okay, there's a good dialogue sequence in this where we talk about the reason the increase of predators on Earth is not due to the general population wanting franchise movies, so there has to be more predators. It's because global warming's fucked the planet so much that the human race is going to die off soon, so if they want to kill us, they have to do it now. Which I think's a fun idea.
Yeah, I didn't mind that.
It's like a good way to explain, yeah, we're going to shout out a bunch of Predator movies soon.
There's a
Which
couple
this one was so shit that they didn't, thank God.
there's a couple dialogue bits that I need to point out from the farm. I'm just going through my notes right now. The first one, the most important, is that Olivia Munn was saying this is the next step in evolution. They want to upgrade themselves. And
Yeah, they
then
want to be autistic.
I don't remember what she says. I don't think I took a note specifically of what she says, but yeah. It's at the school actually. The kid's making a bunch of noise. This is the one other time he's sort of presenting in a way, and she says, "Tell your kid to tone down the psychosis." That
Oh, nice siren in the background for dramatic effect.
yeah, thank you. What
Oh
there's
no,
a bit where the dad Flynn says the difference between murderers and people like me is that murderers enjoy killing. And then later there's a guy and he says, "You made me lie to my son." And the guy says, "Why'd you lie?" And he says, or whatever, he says, "I lied to my son." And then he murders the guy. Very
no, he
grim.
says, because I am going to enjoy this.
Oh yeah, because I am going to enjoy this. You're right.
Which
That's grim as hell, dude. Don't do that.
is this supposed to be like Shane Black doing his military weapons are bad anti-soldier thing from Iron Man 3, where he's like, yeah, these people are just killers and nut jobs? If
I
so,
think
why
he's
am I supposed
trying.
to support him as the main character?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that one line just boils his character down to, I was a neglectful dad and I wanted to join the military to murder people.
That's exactly what it says. There's another line where they're talking to Olivia Munn, and someone says, "Get the fuck out of here," and she goes, "Getting the fuck out of here is my middle name." And then Boyd Holbrook goes, "And I thought Gaylord was bad."
I think we need to preference that the character of Nebraska Williams, a name again you'll never hear at any point during this movie.
What a
The man who shot a CEO. No, it wasn't him called Gaylord. It was McKenna, the 13 confirmed kills specialist sniper.
Oh, he's
Nickname was
Gaylord.
Gaylord.
Okay. I didn't realize his call sign was Gaylord.
Well, I assumed that because did they not bully him on the bus for that? They were like, "Why are you using your real name?" And he's like, "Oh, I'm Gaylord."
Man, probably. I've seen the beginning of this too many times, and I still can't tell you. I watched this yesterday.
I'm so tired. I'm not even on the right note pages, man.
Uh,
Am I on the right note pages? I can't read, but I'm so tired I can't read my own writing.
we're getting close to the end because we just had this hostage situation, and then back at the
Yeah, so
home, and then
so the government
we're clearing.
are at the farm, and we decide we're going to yap for a bit, and then they go, "Fuck it, we're just going to kill them." And this militarized SWAT team are very shit at their job because all these unarmed people kill them with ease,
It's
and are
just
just
one dog showing up that does it somehow.
the only thing the government get out of this is they take McKenna's child and they're like, this kid has autism. He knows alien tech. We're going to bring him to the alien crash site because he can get us in. Insanely, but how do you know this child knows? How do you know this child's autistic? Never mind, knows alien technology.
I made a note that after this guy's son gets kidnapped, it's real CIA shit that this guy then convinces all of these soldiers to go on this suicide mission for his son. That's the stakes of it. It's not like world ending as far as they know. Really, really, right?
I think from scenes later on in the movie, it's maybe implied that they're all suicidal and they're just like, fuck it, we're going to stick it to the military.
I think that's what's going on. I like a little bit of Thomas Jane and Keegan Michael Key's. You get like 20 seconds of their actual dynamic besides them just being generic Marvel characters. And I guess I'll talk about that in a minute. We'll get to that pretty soon.
So
yeah.
we cut to the crash site from the beginning of the film.
When do
and
we
Traeger
hit the home? Because we bounce back to the home at some point. The mom is at the home. The predator kills a bunch of people really quick, and then we cut out of it again.
Oh, you're jumping ahead. I think you're jumping ahead. Are you jumping ahead?
Okay. Maybe that's after they get established at the forest base.
No, I jumped ahead. It's my bad. Before the farm, our main character's wife, who isn't important to the plot, is being tracked by the government. I guess that's how they find him. Even though the one time they had contact with him, she immediately fucked it over. So they had no way of actually tracing him. And then the big predator jumps down because he's there for some reason. Why is he there? He has no. Maybe he found out the kid's supposed to be there, but he just let the kid get away earlier.
I think it was
So
just
that
for
makes no
a
sense.
surprise action sequence because it happens very quickly. They cut to the scene, there's maybe 3 lines of dialogue, and then he attacks. It's not a bad surprise just to have some killing going, but it's also not bad. I kind of like the action in this scene. He
The
stabs a guy
only
to
thing,
protect him.
yeah, the only thing that makes this scene notable is that a man gets stabbed through the balls with a predator gauntlet,
Yep.
and it's from a distance, so you don't even really get the money shot. But it's fun for what it is. I'm
It's
not going
fun.
to
I
give
like
the
that
movie
guy gets
credit
stabbed
for it.
through the butthole by a predator.
I could write a dog shit script and then just have a predator stab someone in the balls in the middle, and it's going to be fun. I'm not giving the movie's getting no credit from me for that.
Fair.
At this point, they're just throwing shit at the wall. They've got like an idea board, and they're just kind of pointing at shit.
That's it, though, I think. I think his wife is out of the movie after that. I think they cut out. I don't think anything really comes out of that scene.
Yeah, we get no confirmation if the predator killed her or not. We don't know why the predator was at the house. He was just there to be there.
There must have
It
been
is what it is.
some MacGuffin in the original script that was still at the house. You know, that they split it, so he goes and gets his son, and then they have to go to a third location, probably. There's easily half an hour of movie missing on the end of this thing. It just doesn't.
I just think there's maybe like 3 scripts here that someone's job was just to try and piece them together.
I agree.
Because the
completely.
higher ups couldn't decide if they wanted sexy predator romance movie, if they wanted psycho police chase movie, or if they want MCU action movie. And they went, why not have all 3?
I can't
And
decide
then
what's original.
we end up with none.
Yeah, none of it feels cognizant. I kept going back and forth on if the lab sequence was a reshoot or not.
What, the autopsy speedo scene?
Yeah, I don't think so, but it still
Nah, the
feels
set's
weird.
too big. That has to be the original. I feel the original
Good
movie
point.
has to be the Predator sex movie.
I think so.
We
I
need
think
that as a where's the sex cut? We need the hashtag Predator sex cut.
I think the Predator was always going to die where he dies, but I do think maybe James Gunn, good God, Shane Black had some quote-unquote funny idea of what if the female lead and the male lead was a human and a predator, and they had romantic tension. I could see him doing that, trying to do that.
I think Shane Black should have just refused to do this movie. Unless he had some contract with, I don't know, Disney was halfway through production. Maybe he had some contract after the MCU. He had to do something.
I was excited to watch this before it came out, too. The idea of Shane Black making a Predator movie sounded great.
At least we're at possibly the worst scene of the entire movie, where Traeger, our government man, takes the child to the alien crash site
Oh, yeah.
and says to him, I bet you can't get in that ship. And then this child turns to this fully grown man he doesn't know and goes, yeah, I know reverse psychology too. Don't go fuck yourself. And there's like a second pause where you're supposed to laugh.
Yeah, there's a laugh break.
And it's similar to the Tobey Maguire, Andrew Garfield hopping through the portal in Spider-Man pause. But rather than, oh, I know that character, it's just like, oh, fuck, how did I get in this movie?
Oh, I don't even want to get started on those pauses in that movie specifically. Just make me wonder where those Spider-Men were in that moment before they go through the portal. What are you doing in this alleyway, Andrew Garfield?
I like that Tobey Maguire was seemingly just walking about his house and a portal opened and he just went, hey guys.
Yeah, hey, what's up? Oh shit.
He just goes,
Didn't see you there.
oh, the portal closed.
I don't have a lot of notes for this last bit, but it's also not the way you can tell that the third act was reshoots is just how nonsense the action is. It just doesn't come together in any way. It's all CGI.
Okay, so this scene goes on for about fucking 20 minutes, but we'll just
Yeah,
I'll
20
speed run it.
minutes. Damn.
They're in the alien spaceship, and he's like, okay, even though this child just refused to help me, he just immediately helped me. And I'm not going to do anything in the spaceship, but I'm just going to look about and smile. And then McKenna shows up with, we forgot to mention earlier, when McKenna was sending the alien technology to his disabled child, he took the invisibility ball that Predators seemingly just have and swallowed it.
Oh yeah, he puts it
So
in
on the way to rescue his son, he seemingly stopped out of the helicopter, shat in a bush, dug through his shit to get this invisibility ball,
in a Jurassic Park scene.
just to get into this alien spaceship, to uninvisible himself, to auriform as he shoots people, goes, I'm walking out of here with my son, and leads Traeger, our government man, out into the open with about 40 soldiers, fully armed, and goes, we're walking out of here. To which, of course, we go, no, that's not happening. He's like, fuck this one, haven't I? But luckily for him, Big Predator shows up, because he's still tracking them, somehow.
He
doesn't
got
have his dogs.
crew, right? They get into a standoff, and then there's a moment where he's going, there's 7 of you and 8 of us, where Sterling K. Brown, the CIA guy, is saying that, and then they snipe one guy, and it's even numbers. Then the Predator...
He snipe a guy, does he not? And then Big Predator chops off the character that hasn't said anything the entire movie's arm.
Yeah,
and it's
Alfie
supposed
Allen,
to be an emotional beat.
I think. He is useless. I was going to ask you how bad his Irish accent is. It's really awful, I think.
Is he supposed to be Irish?
Yeah, he's Lucky Charms as fuck in some scenes and then completely not in some other scenes.
Does he say anything in any scene aside from the beginning where he's like,
Entropy.
Things love to blow up, I just help them do
That's
it.
where I come in. Yeah, whatever he's
That's
doing.
where I come in.
No, he does not talk after that. He just screams when his arm gets blown off. He does snipe one guy, but it's not... The guy just dies. They don't show him sniping him, really.
Yeah, the demolitions expert, the man that's not a sniper.
Yeah, he's useless. Like you said, the characters are nonsense. The reasons they're there don't make sense. The specifics of their character and the specifics of their circumstances don't tie together and also don't lead into any conclusions in the movie. It's not structured well.
Well, because seemingly they all realise that the invisible predator that's on the top of a cliff is there. Don't know how they all saw that. They all go, okay, we're not going to shoot each other anymore. We're just going to... Like, they fire their guns, but they're not really aiming at each other, so they're all just kind of... I don't know what the fuck's going on in this scene. They're all just shooting seemingly nothing. So McKenna turns to his son and goes, hey son, this is the ball I pulled out my ass. I'm not going to tell you what it does, but hold on to it, please.
Oh, I wrote down what he says because it's dumb. He says, you want to vanish? You really vanish, son. Understand?
No, who would understand?
No, I don't
handed me a ball
man.
covered in shit.
You're like 9-year-old developmentally impaired child, you know? Don't... That's too much, man.
Oh, I will say, we actually do get one of the rare fucking 6 scenes in this movie. During the skirmish between all the guys not shooting at anything and the big predator just eviscerating people with no repercussions, he takes his wrist gauntlet, which seemingly has a rope attached to it, shoots someone through the chest, I think it is, and it seems like the rope's bladed, so 2 people driving in a car both get decapitated simultaneously. That was fucking gnarly.
Oh,
I was like, whoa. No, that woke me the fuck up when I was watching it. I was hung out my ass when I saw that scene. I was like, whoa.
That's cool as hell. There's some good action in this.
But even then, it's CGI. So, like, you get hit with the whoa, that was sick. And you're like, that could have been better.
That's why, yeah, that's why it's not sticking with me on a rewatch, because it doesn't feel the idea is shocking more than the execution of a lot of things.
So during the nonsense, Predator just goes, nah, fuck this, and heads in his ship.
When does
And
Sterling K. Brown put a little thing on his shoulder? The cannon.
I've asked later.
Okay.
Jumping ahead.
Like I
I feel
said,
like
I have
we
sparse
cannot
notes
piece
right
this
now.
movie together. It could
No,
happen right
nobody
now.
could. The
What would it
editors
matter?
couldn't.
Like, this is the Predator goes in his ship and he presses the military alien Google Translate button and he's
He
like,
does
I'm
do an announcement. God damn.
I'm blowing this bitch up. I'm going to kill yous. I'll give you
Saeed,
7 minutes.
peace.
And then the government guy turns and he's like, he just said there's a countdown. Does that mean there's a countdown? And then it's like an alarm clock pops up. He starts counting down. And he's like, fuck.
He says, I give you time advantage. And then I think Olivia Munn says, time advantage. Does that mean a head start? Yes. Yes, it does. That's also the only issue with translating is time advantage. That's very fortunate.
I do enjoy that seeing this, everyone just decides they're friends. We've been trying to kill each other the entire movie. The fact that this Predator's just shown up and went, I'm going to blow this ship up, they'll just go, actually, you know what? Let's be buddies.
I like that in a movie when it's the point. I love the movie Southern Comfort because it's about that. It's about two people who are very opposed having to work together, but it's so useless when you just make it happen.
And side note, in this scene, we all go, fuck, the ship's about to blow up, he's going to hunt us. We're all going to move together because the Predator's MO is to take out people like when they're separated. So we'll stay as a group to be safe.
They do have that moment, which is nice of realizing
They
that.
take the Predator dog, the poor Predator dog has been lobotomized, and they lock him in a truck next to the ship that's about to blow
Oh,
and just fucking leave. And he's never seen again.
I forgot.
No, he
that.
is seen
Oh,
again. He's hold on. You can tell I was half asleep when I was writing this. He is seen again.
When does he come back? At the end?
We get our Civil War fight scene at the end. That's fast.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
So
Where
we all
everyone has
did,
that little moment.
and then the next 10 minutes of this movie are just like a homage to the first Predator, maybe. Where we're
It's
going
trying
through the
to be
forest.
so bad though.
And they're all getting picked off. Very shittily, might I add, because they're still using the really bad fucking CGI. And it's all characters that we don't know, so we don't care when they die. And it's not even been fucking 7 minutes since the Predator said 7 minutes. But sure.
Sterling K. Brown gets this little Predator shoulder cannon and mounts it. He learned from the kid that it just shoots wherever there's threats.
He's learned from McKenna and his son that if you find alien tech, the best thing to do is just attach it to your body.
Yeah.
So he goes up to the kid and he's like, how does this work? And he's like, oh, it just shoots itself. Don't worry about it. And he's like, fuck, sweet.
And I like, when I watched this in theaters, I really liked this death because I think it's good in concept, but it's too sudden and it just doesn't make sense why this would even be possible because predators have heads. But at some point in the movie, he gets surprised by a friendly person to his left, looks to his left. The Predator gauntlet looks to his left also where he was surprised by and then shoots him in the head and blows his head up. It's
again,
okay.
a character we don't know and we've never seen.
Yeah.
So who fucking cares, man?
No, nobody. It's
And-
trying to be something.
Okay, so they're as a group, and Big Predator's actively attacking them. So the guy with the fake Tourette's and the guy
Yes,
with
Thomas
PTSD
Jane
go,
and Keegan
yeah.
Michael.
They go, don't worry, we'll distract them. And they fuck off from the group about 20 metres and just start shooting the sky. Because
They did
this
just
Predator,
shooting.
this very intelligent Predator, is going to be fooled by that. So obviously he just fucking ignores them and attacks the main group anyway.
The problem with their trap that they set is that they start shooting at him and then they stop once he's coming towards them. You know, if they keep shooting at him, he might keep walking towards them, but they stop. Obviously, like there's a trap that he's about to walk into.
And these dumbasses were like, okay, we're going to sacrifice ourselves to stop this Predator. Somehow, in a matter of half a second, they coordinate with the other group that we're going to set up 4 gas traps that shoot flammable gas. Where did they get these?
The trap guy, the guy who gets murdered first, had set this stuff up already to cover their retreat.
But why? Why would you need this?
Because he knows traps.
But he doesn't know the big Predator's a thing, does he?
They did, yeah,
Have they
because they
seen
all
it?
met him at the high school.
No, they weren't. Oh, do you know where they met them? They were identifying the corpses afterwards, and they were like, oh, the big guys brought dogs. So they know there's another Predator somewhere, I suppose.
Well, no, but the trap guy was in the group in the bus. at the high school.
I don't know. I still feel like, why would you set up 4 flammable gas traps like 2 miles
You
from where you
don't.
were
It's
intending to fly an alien spaceship?
because you want that in the movie, I
Well,
guess.
this super intelligent predator, he sets off a gas trap and they light him the fuck up. Now, this is the
It just kind of
stupidest
rules.
scene in the fucking movie. No, it does not rule. It is so fucking dumb.
You don't like a
This
guy jumping on a flaming predator with a with a knife?
this 11-foot tall killing machine that is on flames due to his gas trap and is just hanking it. He's not phased in the slightest. There is SWAT teams firing M16s at him. He doesn't give a shit. The guy with Tourette's, Tony Hawk, launches himself off a
He
tree
really
with a
does.
knife and is like, "Don't worry, guys, I've
I
got
got this.
and just he starts that. Surprisingly, the knife is quite effective. To be fair,
It is.
that is the one thing that the predator's
Vibranium
like,
knife.
"Ow, fuck." And you can tell how fucking annoying this guy is. But he's scorching in flames, and only when the predator turns to get him off of him, he's like, "Oh fuck, I'm in danger." Like he's in flames up to his shoulders. Even if he killed the predator, he was not surviving this. Why would you do this? What
Because
does
he
this
just
help
needs to
anyone?
die for the movie. I like.
He's on. He's on fire.
I
Why would
know
you?
it doesn't make sense. I like when he and Keegan Michael Key die when they're both like impaled, and there's a moment where it feels like the characters come back for a second. Thomas Jane looks at him like, I've been waiting to kill you and I didn't want to because I'm alone, but now we're gonna fucking murder each other. It feels like there
Oh,
was maybe some interesting character there in the original script. Not even interesting good, just action movie interesting.
well, as Mr. Tourette's is knifing the fuck out of this predator, PTSD man decides he's just going to make a whole bunch of fucking noise. And immediately the predator turns and blows his balls off for whatever reason. I don't know how that's. This is supposed to be an advanced killing machine that is effective, and his gun targets the man's balls. So he's just lying by a tree going, "Ow, my balls are blown off."
It's a RoboCop mode.
As the fight scene's happening, why does the predator leave? He leaves for some reason, even though he's winning this fight.
It's a
Why
good
would he leave?
question. Where does he go?
I don't know, he just fucks off for a second. Maybe he put the flames out, but he didn't seem too bothered. Maybe it was fucking
I feel like
respectful.
it kills them too, and then it just kind of disappears.
Yeah, so he's lying with his balls blown off, and his friend's stuck up in a tree, burnt to a crisp. And they're like, "Yeah, we're just gonna kill each other now." You were gonna die in a second, man. Why? It's supposed to be this emotional scene where we're like, "Oh, they're friends, they're helping each other." No, they were both like almost dead anyway.
I think that's the problem is like their character story, quote unquote, whatever it is that exists, is supposed to be that they hate each other, but they are lonely. And so they just spend their time together. And you're right that it comes off like, hey, bud, let's take the easy way out. But the intention I get from it is that the one guy who all of his friends were killed wants to take this last moment to execute the guy who killed his friends. Like they're finishing it almost. It's not like it would have been great if it were more built out, but there's something there, I guess.
And they don't even they go to shoot each other in the head, both from a distance, both
The
fucked up,
exact same
and they
time.
somehow exact same time, perfect headshots. Cool shot.
It looks really cool.
Means nothing.
I have to
It
admit
means-
that.
Like, I feel
No,
like TV did like the thing in most of these Predator movies is at one point a Predator typically respects a human and they work together. If a Predator and a human both, without speaking, were both dying and were like, we're just going to help each other in these last moments, that would be gnarly.
that would be cool.
But it's not. It's two fucking idiots that add nothing to the movie that are already like seconds away from death. So yeah, let's just shoot each other.
It's
And that's supposed to be our closure.
it's hard to build out these movies that have a crew of people that die at some point. It's a subgenre of movie I really like, but it's so hard to do well because in the movies where it's done well, like Southern Comfort or Aliens, you really only have 3 to 5 main characters, including the people in the big squad. They are constantly killing those people off right away, so you don't have to try to establish 8 different characters through your whole movie. Because this is what happens. You don't have any definition. Nothing really makes sense.
But then we end up with a film where no character is interesting in the slightest, barring the one girl that's desperate to fuck this predator for some reason.
And even her, you don't get any time to know what's going on with her. You just get exposition.
Yeah, but she's at least likable.
True.
Like her performance brings through some charisma. I don't know how she managed with the script, but she did it. Like hats off to her.
It's that history of reading G4 scripts.
Okay, so the Predator pops back and he's like, "Oh, I forgot, I'm taking your child." He takes the child and leaves. So McKenna's like, "Alright, I'm gonna chase after him." And fucking they all follow this Predator and jump on his ship.
It's the four of them now, right? It's just Nettles, the guy who shot himself, Boyd Holbrook, jumping on the ship. Olivia Munn's on the ground, and the kid is in the spaceship.
Yeah, I love it. And it's like, "Fuck this,
Smart.
I'm
Love
done.
that.
You guys can fucking. I don't give a shit about your son,
Three
your
people jump on
psychotic
that
son."
spaceship, and within 30 seconds, two of them are dead. So it's a good call, you
It's like
know?
we go, we're gonna hop on this ship. It's about going to space, so we're going to die regardless.
Nettles,
Predator just goes. They're like bugs on his windshield. He just presses the force field get the fuck off button.
I
And
wrote LOL Nettles because Nettles' response to the force field is he pulls out his handgun and he goes double-handed shooting at the floor at the force field. Like, that's not going to help you, man.
I feel like out of all of them, he's probably the nicest guy as well.
He is, and then
And
he
he
gets his
has no
shins cut
reason.
off.
He has no reason to help McKenna. He has. There's no reason for him to be there, and he still hops on to help him. And
That's
then
what I'm saying. That's some real CIA shit for McKenna to convince all these people to come save his kid.
I think maybe Nettles was just nice.
He is just nice. And then he gets his shins completely eviscerated and he just falls screaming off of this thing. Horrible. This dude, I forget the other guy's name, very charismatic. I like the actor who plays
Nebraska Williams.
Yeah, I like the actor playing him. I feel like he would have done a good job given a better character. But he jumps up over the force field for some reason. Why would you do that?
I mean, I
What?
feel like that's kind of fair. You'd panic in that situation. I don't think he had enough time to try and slide under.
That's fair. Yeah, that's just a reaction thing.
His death is probably the funniest though.
I like it. I think
The
it works.
fan. I don't know why this spaceship has airplane jets,
Great
but it
point.
does.
Didn't think about
Like,
that.
he looks at the giant fan and goes, "I know how I'm going to crash this," and just launches himself into it. It's
not
just a
just
blender.
that. I feel like genuinely good acting happening in some moments, very rare moments of this movie. I feel like that character is seeing finally like, hey man, killing myself is the right choice now. That fucking rules. Flips this dude off and he fucking kills himself. He's getting excited for this.
Yeah, this character's journey is, I tried to kill myself, and now I'm in the loony bin, and now I'm going to kill myself.
That's it, yeah. His character arc is he gets to kill himself.
And he doesn't know that's going to stop the spaceship.
No.
Why would that stop the spaceship? You just blended yourself. But luckily, the Predator's ship takes water damage from the amount of blood.
Amount of blood, yeah. The balloon that burst.
It just how anyone on that spaceship survives after that fucking nosedives straight into a lake from like borderline space. The whiplash you would get.
Yeah, there's not even padding in that thing.
They just launch themselves. Like, fuck it, we need to wrap this shit.
Well, I feel like we're at the end. I don't really know what there is to talk about in this final scene. They all like bounce off each other. Everyone has a little moment. The kid gets to do the force field to cut the arm off. The dog saves Boyd Holbrook.
The ship crashes. They all get out. Olivia Munn somehow caught up with the spaceship, and so is the Predator dog that was locked in a van that got blown up. And they chase him down. Everyone gets out. They're a bit fucked up from launching like 30 miles downwards. They all just kind of slap the fuck out of the Predator. Even though he's been shown to be invulnerable and can just grow armor. We just slap him about for a bit. Somehow the kid perfectly times turning on a force field to cut off his arm. How this kid knows how to turn on the force field, I have no idea.
It's like the end scene of a Fast and Furious movie.
It feels like the Civil War fight scene at the end where they're all taking turns punching each other. But instead of it being two super soldiers versus a man in a mechanical war machine, it's an autistic child, a random woman, a guy that crashed out of a spaceship, and a dog fighting a monster.
And a dog.
And a dog with dreadlocks.
It makes no sense.
How does it? Oh yeah, he Infinity Wars the Predator by taking the gauntlet and just shooting him with it. It's just a blade, but apparently that does it.
He tapes a bunch of explosives to it, which
does he? When did he do that?
I think
when did he have time?
I don't know. I think he rolls on the floor, tapes him up, turns around and shoots it. I think he does it really quickly. But the Predator definitely explodes because it falls down and it has like half a leg and half an arm. It's all bloody. I like the idea because the Predator keeps blowing itself up to be a dickhead to kill it with an explosion, but that explosion was not big enough. The explosion would have to have killed all of them to kill the Predator, I think.
I mean, if it came internally, I suppose its exoskeleton probably wouldn't do shit. So wait, is this Predator, the only upgrades he's gotten is he's taller, he can make another skeleton, and he wants to be autistic?
What a weird upgrade. What a waste of time.
I cannot. The entire plot of this movie is that Predator wants to become autistic, and that's what they base this script around.
There's no way to talk that point to death because it's
How do
so
you even bring
ridiculous.
that up in a board meeting when you're talking to the people at Fox? Oh yeah, my idea, we're going to have a big Predator, and he really wants to be autistic really bad.
He wants their genes.
Like, and who approved it? Who, with billions in their bank account, sat there and went, that sounds like a bagger, I'm not going to lie.
Some massive idiot.
It must have been a bit. They must have been like drunk at some party, and he's like, "That would be funny as fuck," and didn't
That
realize
only
they
makes
agreed
sense.
on a script. It's like how Chris Rock made the next Saw movie because he was just drunk at a party and met someone at Lionsgate and was like, "I want to do Saw."
Right. Forgot about that. I think we
Which
can
that's
just shoot.
we can just what?
I think we could just skip right past this fight, basically.
Yeah, fight happens. It's stupid. Predator dies to a woman, a man, a child, and a dog in a fist fight, and then we cut to
It's supposed to be
our,
like the Predator. It's supposed to be formidable.
our big, strong, wannabe autistic Predator, and
Big
then
strong boy.
we cut to, it seems our main man McKenna has been given some medals for killing a lot of US soldiers.
He also has a
And
weird dye job.
yeah, he's got like the US agent from Falcon and the Winter Soldier like thing going on. He's got like the weird bleached blonde combed to the side haircut on the go. I don't know if that's a thing they make you do when you're
Oh,
a dickhead soldier.
yeah. I
Seemingly
guess.
so. It comes to his like 9-year-old child has secured a high paying position in Area 51.
Absolutely crazy.
Seemingly. And we're all listening to this kid fuck with alien tech, and he's like, "Dad, you need to check this out. Look what the Predator brought us, and it's
Do
a
you know about
fucking
this
Iron
thing?
Man suit.
Do you know what this was supposed to be originally?
Iron Man."
No, this was going to be a few different things. They did not know what this was going to be until like right before they released the movie. Iron Man suit is what they just settled on because they had nothing. It was originally going to be Arnold Schwarzenegger as Dutch. Then he didn't want to do it. Then I think they were going to make it Newt from Aliens. They were going to say Newt survived Alien 3 and now she's the Predator killer. And they decided
But-
not to do that
But Alien is set like in the far future.
so far in the future. Yeah, that's maybe why they decided not to do that when they thought about it enough.
When the people drunk at the meeting went, "Oh, wait, no, that makes no sense."
Yeah.
The one film nerd came over and was like, "Nah, you've got it fucked up."
That's all he was able to change, though. He saw the whole script and said, "You know what? I gotta pick my battles."
He just had to actually them in the last moment.
Thank God we didn't get. What is this suit? This suit makes no sense. It just turns into a big metal predator.
It's a metal, but I'm sure this must be. It's obviously a Disney reshoot. This must be a render for an Iron Man suit they had
That
that
makes
they
so
just
much
didn't
sense.
use because it's got 2 machine guns. So I'm assuming it's like an upgraded War Machine because it's got the body of Iron Man but the weapons of War Machine.
If anything, it feels like the animation from Iron Man 2, the suitcase suit.
It's exactly that, but what I think happened was there's not a lot of Iron Man suits in Iron Man 3, and then when Rhodey does get his, it's just his old Iron Patriot War Machine in a different I assume he was supposed to get a more Iron Man suit and they didn't use it, and they're like, we spent 50 grand on this CGI render, please use it.
Interesting. It's like how,
And
did
then
you hear how they got the costumes for Sinners from the production for Blade?
Yeah, because that movie's in the fucking toilet and it's just never
Yeah.
happened.
It's so weird how the Marvel sewers just have good production in them because that's how fucked that whole pipeline has gotten.
How do you get so far into production? You've created the costumes and then they fucking go, nah, we're changing it again.
No longer set in Victorian England or whatever. Cool.
Yeah, it's no longer going to be standalone. He needs to fight fucking Spider-Man and Captain Marvel.
And now it'll just never happen.
Yeah. Marshall Ali is not. He's not doing that. I guarantee he's not doing it.
He's already in his Jurassic World phase. He's doing other things.
He's in Jurassic World.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he is. He's like the weird boatman, isn't he?
Yeah, that's an okay movie. Not amazing, but
No,
there's a couple moments.
I'm not. I've seen the original trilogy and I watched the first Jurassic World and I was like, nah, this is
not
done
worth
for
it.
me. Is this us done? Are we fine?
So let's.
It's currently 5 to 6 a.m.
Good God. Yeah, I gotta get to sleep for work too. But let's close it out with: would you recommend this movie?
If you were really fucking high, no. No. If you were really fucking high, I would recommend the Super Mario Bros. Movie.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no,
Would you recommend this movie?
I would not. There's just enough Predator movies even now that this is not what you should be watching.
And it's not connected to any of the Predator movies.
No,
I
it's
felt.
not, and it's nothing good is going on in this. I enjoyed watching it when I watched it in theaters for some reason, but watching it now, it's so clear that a lot of it is just people in rooms talking. There's not a lot of tension or suspense. It's just dialogue, really. Bad dialogue. Okay.
I have nothing more to say.
Me
I'm
neither.
feeling unwell. I feel like this episode has too many gaps to even be usable, but
Well, it's gonna have to
fuck
be
it.
edited for sure.
If people hear this, then fucking thank me, because there's no other cunt will be up 6 in the morning talking
Very
about
true.
fucking Shane Black's Predator 2018.
Good lord.